Hello, baby girls. It is the second to the last day of Leap Vlog. So, which means it is a Thursday, the 20th. If you notice the setup, good. That means you follow my Twitch. Go follow it. Twitch.tv/starstrucks. Basically, this video is going to be all the books that I read in 2023, which I think I read about 52, 53, I can't remember exactly. I know it was one of those two numbers. And it's going to be ranked from worst to last, with a little bit of yapping in between based on whether or not I have strong feelings for them. Here's my 2023 books ranked. Last place, 1984. That book, let's just say it is the worst book I have ever read. It's misogynistic, and he literally talks about, am I allowed to say that word? Our wording, the supposed love interest. And the ending is so, like, the whole book is very anticlimactic. The ending is just, it's so boring. Like, I hated that book with my whole being. I love dystopias, but this one, I hate it so much. Like, okay, yeah, it was made in, 1950s. What's your point? It was not a good book. It was misogynistic, and, yeah. The ending just, did not conclude the story. Next up, Macbeth. I read this book for school. I don't know, it was just boring. I mean, it's Shakespeare. I mean, unless you're, watching the play, the books are very boring. Actually reading the scripts. They're so boring. The only part I liked about that book was, there's that part in Hamilton, where it's like, oh, the night gets dark, take a break. Oh, my dear Angelica, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in, a petty pace from day to day. Something that you'll understand this Scottish reference to another Scottish something without having to name the play. They name me Macbeth. Ambition is my folly. It's a pain in the ass, a massive pain. Jefferson is Banquo. Madison's Macduff. And Congress is burning wood on the way to Dunsinane. I look like a fake fan. Oh my god. I know the words, I promise. My dearest Angelica, tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in as petty pace from day to day. Something you'll understand the Scottish reference without my having to name the play. They name me Macbeth. Ambition is my folly. I'm a pain in the ass, a massive pain. Jefferson is Banquo. Madison's Macduff. I'm Congress is Burnham, and Burnham 1 is Congress on their name to on the. And Burnham Wood is Congress on their name. And Burnham Wood is Congress on their way to Dunsinane. You are an ocean. You have to be an ocean away. That's a side like in another letter. And I cannot put the notion away. Take a break. I am on my way. Okay, sorry, that's enough of that. Tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day. That is from Macbeth. That's a line in Macbeth. And when we were reading this in class, we were doing popcorn reading, and me and these two other Hamilton nerds in my class just went, wait a second. I know that line. That was in Hamilton. And we kind of, even though we all hate each other, we bonded over it. Next up, Blue Nights by Joan Didion. I don't know. I didn't really have that strong feelings for it. It's only, it's not even bad like the other two were. It's just, lower on the scale just because I didn't really care for it. Next one is Bluettes. It was just boring. Next one. See, I think people way overhyped this book. This book put me to reading some for, 2 months. People overhyped it, and then I was so excited to read it. And then I actually read it. Just was not good. Behind it is cool, you know. I mean, I'm reading Greek mythology. I'm a nerd like that. I like Greek mythology. I read Percy Jackson as a child, and I've been obsessed. And I'm neurodivergent, so I've been obsessed with it ever since. But yeah, I don't know. The way that the story was told just wasn't as interesting. Cersei, which you'll see later, was way 100,000 times better. Yeah, I was just really overhyped by book talk and book Twitter and stuff. Midnight Library. I don't know. Yeah. No, it was pretty boring. It's another overhyped book. There's a lot of overhyped books on book talk and book Twitter, Bookstagram. They're just boring. And people are just oh my god, it's so good, but it's just not. I like the theory behind the Midnight Library. I do. I think it's really interesting. But the way that it was written, I just didn't like it as much. The Maze Runner, okay? Maze Runner, I kind of grouped them together. All the series, I kind of just grouped them together unless they were prequels. The Maze Runner prequels, I didn't put with the Maze Runner. Yeah, I mean, the Maze Runner was good. It just, I read a lot of really good books this year. I do love the Maze Runner. I did get bored at the Scorched Trials and the Death Cure. The Maze Runner, the first book was really good. The other two, not as much. I do really like the books. I would read fan fictions about it. But yeah, I don't know. The Fever Code. Oops. The Fever Code. It was a lot better than the Maze Runner series, I will tell you. Yeah, that's basically, it was just better. The prequel was better. Everything. This is the first book I read of the year, I believe. I don't really remember it, I'm gonna be honest. That's why it's so low. Because I know the gist of what happened, and I know what part of it took place in Hawaii, but it felt like appropriation, like most people do with Hawaii's culture. They just do what they know about Waikiki. They don't actually go into the culture. It pisses me what Hawaii is actually like at all. And the fact that people still think that, no matter all these people telling them that it's not like that, people still coming here and be oh my god, it's a vacation spot, it's paradise. No, it's not. It's a place where native people have lived for years, and white people, as usual, colonized it and took over it, and now it's seen as this tourist location. I can go on and on about that, but that's, yeah, it pisses me off. And everything did the exact same thing. Multiple of these two of these books that I've read, this one and then another one, did the same thing. Although the other one was less appropriate. What is it called? Appropriate. Less of that than this one was. This one was way more oh my gosh, we're drinking coladas in a coconut shell, and we have little pineapples everywhere, and there's coconut trees. Right. Yeah, because that's how Hawaii is. That's only the Waikiki where it's the tourist trap, basically. Or Ko'olina sometimes in certain places. And it just pisses me off. Tourists piss me off. Oh my god, I can go on and on about that, but that's all I'm saying for now. Next, I'll Give You the Sun. Again, I don't really remember it. It was January. All I remember is that it was cute. The Kill Order, that's the other prequel to The Maze Runner. I thought this one was so good. Yeah, The Kill Order is really good. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I wish they made a movie for the prequels, but that didn't happen, so. The Catcher in the Rye. See, I liked the vibe of this book. I didn't like the book itself. It was talking a lot about depression, but it's just it was fake depression. It's I don't know. it just pissed me off how he's like, oh my god, this is depressing. Like, no, it wasn't. Oh my god, girls are depressing. Like, bro, shut up. Please. I read this on the train though, in Chicago. So I really like the vibe. I read it on the train and the subway and stuff. Yeah, I liked the vibe of it. It was like big city, New York, Logan. It's like looking for Alaska vibes. Catching the Rye and Looking for Alaska are like very similar in their vibes. And I really like reading those in like big cities. I did not read Looking for Alaska in a big city, but it made me feel like it was. I read Catching the Rye in a big city though, and I loved it. Animal Farm. Okay, this is by the same person who wrote 1984, and it kind of has this similar vibes of like dystopia and like government, but I mean Animal Farm was just way better. Probably like I probably feel like that because it's not like as misogynistic. I mean like it obviously is because they treated, what was she, the horse, I think, like crap just because she liked ribbons, which like leave her alone, she's just a girl. I love her so much. But yeah, no, this one was just a lot better. I hate the pigs. Everyone else was sick though. I like the horses. Crank Palace is the novella in The Maze Runner, taking place during the third book in Newt's point of view. Next up, the Divergent series, including 4 Divergent collection. I love the series. I didn't pay attention as much as I was like I don't remember all the little details like I do with like the Hunger Games. The ending, bro, what? I just remembered how the ending ended, and how okay. That's so messed up. How do you kill off? Oh my god. Okay, I'm ending it there. How do you kill off? Okay, that's it. No, those books emotionally like wrecked me. Like I finished that series very quickly. It was like a week. It emotionally wrecked me, especially that like Allegiance. No one warned me. Girl Hunter. This book, I read it and I reviewed it for an author in October. It's just really good. I really liked the plot of it, but the plot was really good. The writing needs improved in some parts because it kind of sounds like one of those narrative essays, but for the most part, yeah, it was really good. The Hate U Give. Oh my gosh, I love this book so much. I read the audiobook. This is the only book I read in March. I think it's very important, obviously, especially with all the police brutality going on, especially people in America. This is where it ends was torture, like actual torture. Like it's a good book. I will praise this book to the end of the world, but also it tortured me. Reading this book was like a knife to the soul. Like it's about a school shooting. I started reading this in school. I don't know why. Like I was in class, I opened up my new book and I went, okay, yeah, no, I'll just read about a school shooting while I'm in school. That's smart. She Drives Me Crazy. Great book. Like actually, I love this is my first sapphic book that I'm talking about on here. I love sapphic books. Like I love them so much. Like I mean obviously I'm queer. If you can't tell, if you can't tell, I can't tell. I like women, and so I like reading books and watching shows, like consuming media about women liking women. All the Bright Places. What happened in this book? Oh, I remember. I remember. This book also emotionally tortured me. I'm realizing I read a lot of emotionally torturing books. The Lesbian's Guide to Catholic School. It was the first sapphic book I read the whole year in January. Six of Crows, I think actually I put it out of order. Six of Crows would be behind the Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School. I just don't like fantasy that much, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I mean, like, I don't like like complicated fantasy. I tried to get into the Crooked Kingdom, the second book. I just could not. The first to die at the end. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I read the first book of this series. They both die at the end. That was good. I started sobbing in class whenever I first read it in freshman year. This book, also really good. The Fault in Our Stars. I read it on the beach in the summertime. It was good. Oh, I'm Glad My Mom Died. Netflix released a docu-series or something. Like, behind the scenes or something. And it talks about Dan Schneider a lot. And, like, Nickelodeon. She talked about that. I thought that book... I listened to the audiobook, which is really cool listening to, like, the actual author. Especially the actor that you grew up watching. Like, read the audiobook out. I think that's so cool. Which is fun. Why I'm also excited to read the Paris Hilton one, which I'm waiting for the audiobook back on Libby for that one, and then also the Britney Spears one. She Gets the Girl, really good. I'm trying to remember what happened. I read it really fast on vacation, and like I'm a fast reader. I either get really, really, really obsessed with the book and like read fan fiction and look on their like fandom pages and watch all the movies and I'll watch the edits and stuff, or I forget about it. And She Gets the Girl, although, like, I mean, you can tell which one's which for this, in this video. She Gets the Girl, really, really good. Don't remember much about it. It was like in college. So, and then the girl, was that her name Alex? She was in the food truck, or am I thinking of a different book? I think it's that one, right? You'd Be Home Now. I couldn't really get into that other book that I don't remember what it is by the same person, Kathleen Glasgow. But this book was really good. Literally called Violent Ends. Another school shooting book. I was reading this during school as well. It was really cool though, because each chapter is a different perspective and a different author. So it's like 15, 16, 17 different authors and different perspectives. One of the perspectives was in the perspective of the gun, which is so cool. Like, it's like a talking gun. Like, this chair doesn't tip over. I don't like this. Red, White, and Royal Blue. I started this in California during spring break. During summer break. But, it got returned on Libby before I could read it. So I had to wait until November to read it. And, bro, this book was so good. It was actually so good. It was so fucking good. Oh my god, I love it so much. I actually love this book so fucking much. I love this book so much. Like, I can eat this book. I love that it talks about gay people and politics in the same go. Especially like important things in politics, gay people and like racism and like all these other important things. And I really like that the relationship of the two was established in the very beginning, and then it kind of just talks about the struggles between having a relationship between like the literally Prince of England and the president's son. I think that's so fucking cool. And they talk about politics, and he becomes a politician, and it's so fucking... I can eat this book. Like, I literally ate it. Sorry. Yeah, good book. I ate this book. Cool for the Summer. Oh my god. Cool for the Summer was so good. I read this actually during the summer. Like, I read this in June. This book was so good. I wish they made this the Summer Turned Pretty. But oh my god! Oh my god! I love this book so much. You don't understand. I need more bisexual books in my life, because I feel like there's only like gay, like full on like lesbian, or like men gay. I don't see very much bisexual stuff, and I need to, because those are my people. I mean, I don't technically have a label, but like umbrella term. Okay, those are my people. Okay, top 10. It's considered top 10 because I mean I grouped series books or series together as like one. Number 10, The Summer I Turned Pretty series. Sorry, I'm gonna do that for all of these 10. Can you hear that? I'm gonna do that for all 10 of these because I ate these books up, bro. The books are so good. I read The Summer I Turned Pretty books during the summer too. I'm a Jeremiah girly. I won't lie. I hate Conrad so much. He pisses me off, like, actually, and I've playfully argued with Anu about that. Conrad, I hate Conrad so much. Made me want to go to a little beach house with like little floral, like it was like wood everywhere and sand everywhere. It's like light wood and shells, like collect shells on the beach, and like have those little grandma sheets that have like small florals. That's what I want. Up next, number 9, Underwater. This book was another sad book about a school shooting, but this one's not about the school shooting itself. This one's about the trauma from the school shooting, and this is the one that I was talking about where it has a little bit of appropriation of Hawaiian culture, but this one's not as much. Like, this one is better because it actually talks about like the dude. He's from Ava Beach. That's where I'm from. Should I include that? Is that doxing? No, I think it's fine. Ava Beach is a big place. But it does, like, kind of piss me off that they have him, like, his whole personality is, like, surfing. And his whole personality is, like, water. Which, like, yeah, okay, people here are like that. But a majority isn't, you know? Also, Ava Beach, ghetto as hell. Like, it's a super ghetto place. It's not the most ghetto. I know there's, other places like Waianae that's more ghetto. But, yeah, Ava Beach, pretty ghetto. And they don't really show that in the book. They don't. Which I feel like if you're from Ava Beach, you know. And it'd be really funny if they talked about how ghetto Ava Beach was in the book. They need to do that. Oh my gosh. I need someone to write a book and then actually do their research on Hawaii and include a character that's from Ava Beach and ghetto as hell. Needs to have one of those fake Louis Vuitton backpacks and like like the bowl cut with like the rat tail. They need to do that. That'd be so, I would eat that up, bro. That'd be so funny. Next book, Girls Like Girls. Oh my gosh, this one's by Hayley Kiyoko, based on her song Girls Like Girls, and I love this book so much. You don't understand. I ate this book up. I read this in one day. Like, I read this book in one singular day. It's not that big of a book, okay? It's not that big, but I read this in one day. It was so good. Also, the cover is really pretty. Next book, Sparrow. I have this book too. This book, I also read it in one day. This book, I mean, look how tiny that is. But it's such a good book. This one kind of emotionally wrecked me as well. In the beginning. The end, though, was so, like, are you kidding me? She goes to, like, a rock band camp. One of us is back. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. My chair just folded. It folded. Like, yeah. One of those chairs. That was an accident. But One of Us is Back is so good. Like, I love like the whole series, One of Us is Lying. I have an emotional attachment to the series because I started reading this in 8th grade during quarantine. I read the first book, and then I found out about the second book. I read that, and I got very emotionally attached to the characters. And now, like, especially because it was my first, like, mystery, horror, like, that kind of book. Like, those were my first of that genre. And it's very, like, found family, too. Like, oh, God. I need to reread the whole series, but yeah, no, I love all of it so much. Number I don't remember what number this is. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Oh my god, this trilogy. I'm so excited for the TV show to come out. Oh, I love this. It literally taught you how. It was literally a guide for murder. At least the last one was, like, a guide to murder someone, to bury a body and not get caught. So that's fun. The Inheritance Game series is so good, y'all. Okay, so I read the first 3 books in May, and then the 4th book came out, and I read that in October, and all 4 of these books are so good. I am Team Jameson. Team younger brother, usually, because the older brother pisses me off. Same thing with Grayson. If you're Team Grayson, I always get into arguments with people about these books. I got into an argument about, she started the series before me. I finished it before her. And she was like, please spoil it for me, please. I don't want to, but she made me. And she stopped reading the series because she didn't end up with who she wanted it to be. I was very happy, though. I was very happy with the ending. The Brothers Hawthorne, I feel like, was unnecessary. I mean, it was a good book, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it was necessary. I mean, I guess it was kind of to conclude the story with the fathers, but, like, the main storyline, it didn't go with the main storyline. I don't know. It was good, though. Now into the top 3, okay? Number 3, Looking for Alaska. I loved this book so much. I love all John Green books, okay? I'm literally, like, reading all of John Green's books right now. Like, I read Looking for Alaska, okay? I've read The Fault in Our Stars, okay? I read those 2 books last year. This year, I've read The Turtles All the Way Down, Paper Towns. I'm currently reading An Abundance of Catherines, and I have Will Grayson. And those are all of his books, because you cannot go wrong with a John Green book. I've said this before, and I'll say it over and over again. I will stand by that. You cannot go wrong with John Green book. But Looking for Alaska, that was really good. Like, top 3. I mean, obviously, that's good. I love the vibes of this book. Like I said, similar to Catcher in the Rye. Okay, number 2. We're getting there, okay? Daisy Jones and the Six. I just finished a TV show yesterday. I love the formatting of the book. I love the story of the book. I was crying in a park at the end of the book because just like that kind of ending, people gets their most of the characters get their happy ending. Like, those books make me emotional. I'm a very sentimental person, and that doesn't help. But like, I love the 70s. I love rock. And I love, like, reading interviews or, like, watching interviews, you know? Whenever I was younger, I would read, like, fan fiction about, like, as if you were a pop star, and then it'd give you interview questions, and you'd answer the interview questions. And that is a dream of mine one day, okay? I want someone to interview me. Number 1, we're getting to number 1. Circe. I mentioned this book earlier, but it's by the same author as Song of Achilles. I did mention it earlier. And I feel like this book is a reader's Barbie movie, if that makes sense, which it probably does if you watch the Barbie movie. Like, I love the Barbie movie. I do. But this is better than the Barbie movie. Maybe it's the Greek mythology nerd in me. Like, I'm literally writing a song, which if you follow my Instagram, you would have seen that. But I'm literally writing a song about, like, Greek mythology women. And Circe is in it. I don't know. I love Circe so much. I love this book so much. This is my favorite book ever. And, like, there's no doubting that. My favorite book is Circe. That is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be spending a long time. 2 hours, probably, because it's 4 p.m. Editing this video. That's it. Please tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow is the video of my channel, or of this year. It's 2023. We Survived 2023. Last year I did We Survived 2022. This is We Survived 2023. And I'm very proud of this video. Like, I'm very proud of this one. has taken me the last like 3 weeks to edit this video. It's so long. Just because it not only has like just clips throughout my year, but there's also videos that I filmed for and then ended up not making a video out of, so I put it all in. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye for today. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.